How much did Microsoft pay for ARK 2? ARK on Switch countdown. And a brand new fresh ARK cluster for all platforms. You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So the community crunch dropped last night, recapping that yes, Fear Evolved is dropping next week on Wednesday, October the 19th. It's coming around pretty soon. We detailed all of this in our previous news video. And of course, we've got a guide on how to unlock everything, but we'll be doing another one when it comes out, so don't worry about that. But yeah, the devs just readdressed that. Didn't address what time exactly it is dropping yet, we don't know, but we do know the rates will be boosted at the same time too, from 3 times all the way up to 4.5 times on Conquest. But they did announce something pretty surprising. Limited download servers, a brand new server cluster for you and all platforms to play on. As the devs say, are you looking for a fresh ARK experience? You might want to check out these new limited download servers that are doing the rounds, whereby it's a brand new cluster, almost a fresh wipe for you players out there that have always wanted to jump into official with a fresh new experience. If you wanted to play either official or small tribes, you've got it here right now. You can play a version of ARK that you can't experience anymore on official. It's here for you and for all other platforms, the devs are saying. Whether that does include Epic Games on top, not too sure, but I'm going to assume it definitely includes PlayStation and Xbox, and it does appear to be only official and small tribes with the standard rates you get for those servers. With one small caveat to it, and I quite like this, the servers restricts players from downloading creatures and items, but character downloads and all uploads are permitted, meaning only your character can move from server to server, not your items and not your creatures, and this seems to be a permanent thing with this cluster. Currently only confined to the island, Fjorda, Ragnarok and Lost Island, and it doesn't appear that we're going to see any more maps on top of these, although I don't know, it might change in the future, who knows. This seems to be offering a version of ARK that's trying to keep it a bit more primitive, a little hark back to the ARK that you may have known a few years ago. And it's a genuine surprise to see something like this released so late into ARK's life cycle, but certainly a refreshing and welcomed one, with the whole upload download restrictions, which don't seem to be temporary. This seems to be a permanent thing for the cluster, and these are clusters that are going to be running for the entire duration of them running. So if you're on any of those platforms and you want that official experience with perhaps a more primitive based survival, less tech it seems, this is your opportunity. Get in now, get on those servers. They launched literally last night. This is your opportunity. So what are you doing watching this? Go play them now, go. So remember that document we went through in the last news video whereby GP found all this legal information regarding snails, purchasing numbers, figures? Well, there were some other things to unpack. Tweeted by American Truck Song, who did also credit GP, he found out within that document that not only did Sony pay 3.5 million to make ARK a March PS Plus game, where of course you had it on the PS Plus store for that month, that duration, well, we also know that now they paid 2.5 million to keep it seemingly indefinitely on Xbox Games Pass, and they paid 2.3 million to bring ARK 2 to the service when it launches. So they paid essentially 2.3 million for that exclusivity, that timed exclusivity. And it's great to confirm that. I noticed a few people didn't think that they paid any money for the Game Pass. Well, now you know, there it is. Bang, 2.3 million for that timed deal for them to keep ARK 2 with Xbox for a seemingly period. And it has to be, because 2.3 million is pretty small, insignificant if they were going to pay for a complete exclusivity of ARK 2 on the platforms. And don't forget, and I forgot about this in the last news video, that Doug the Head, the big dog chief of Wildcard, did actually mention that it was coming to PlayStation in the future. We just don't know when. It could be a year, it could be shorter. After when it releases, we've got nothing else to work on, but there you go. Numbers, figures, facts. A few more that Tiia Aurora found and posted on her website, I'll leave a link to this so you can have a good read about this, is that, yes, we know the exact amount of people that downloaded ARK on Steam. Whilst this doesn't specifically name ARK, it covers every Snail game, but do bear in mind that 90% of Snail's income is through ARK. There was 76.5 million installations for all of their games, including ARK, with a 33.3 million copies sold since 2016. That's a big number. And it just goes to cement how popular ARK really is, and therefore can only spell good things for the sequel. If that much income has been generated for the first base game, think of how many people will be invested into stocks and shares and all that jazz in ensuring that as much funding goes towards the development of ARK 2 and it being the best game it can be. It is backed by the fans. It is backed by what seemingly is a lot of money. This has to be a good game. A lot of people I know are speculative of these changes that ARK 2 is going to bring with the second game, like third-person gameplay, Dark Souls like combat, parkour, and things like that, really moving away from what ARK 1 was, including, removal of first person. But somebody must know what they're doing, I am sure. There's certainly a lot of influence from popular games out there, Dark Souls being the mainstay as it seems, but the devs must know what they're doing. There's a big fan installation here that are eagerly anticipating this sequel, and we just want to see some more. Fingers crossed. Couple of weeks, Extra Life, it's coming round soon on November the 6th, so all eyes on that to see if we do see something new there. And ARK Ultimate Survivor Edition coming to Switch very soon, October the 25th. It is still dated for October the 25th. No mention of a delay so far. So fingers crossed this is going to drop on time. Well, they do have a Discord now you can go and join if you want to learn about any new announcements regarding this new Switch update that's coming to you very soon. With a bunch of people in here eagerly anticipating this Switch port, and a few people that are disgruntled because apparently the servers are all restricted right now. You can't transfer anything or anything, and anything in upload is currently stuck in upload. Players can't transfer anything from map to map, leading us to believe perhaps this is because they're moving all of the servers in preparation for this new version of ARK, this big ARK update. But it would be good to see an announcement from someone from Grove Street Games or Wildcard to tell them what's going on with the servers for the people that are playing on the Switch port in its current state in preparation for that. I'm going to guess that's exactly what's happening. They closed them all down because they need to transition the whole server transfer cluster information network in accordance to this new update that's dropping. Perhaps something needs to be compatible with this new update when it drops, but just devs, let them know. Just drop an announcement. That's all you've got to do. Then less disgruntled players. But when it does drop, oh boy, we've all got some lovely surprises coming our way, even on other platforms. Don't forget, yes, Switch, you're getting better graphics. If you already own ARK, you're going to get this new visual upgrade to this latest version with all of the new UI interface options you get. Scorched Earth is going to drop on the same day, and you are going to be able to get an Ultimate Survivor Edition, which is going to grant you every story map every 2 months, and you will get the free maps as well. It doesn't say when those drop. I'm guessing it's going to be between each story map. That would make sense if they do that. And then of course the new map introduction trailers, the Scorched Earth Ascension, the Young Explorers mode, which I'm really looking forward to trying out especially, and of course all of the Explorer notes re-recorded by the voice actors. And speaking of all of the Explorer notes re-recorded by the voice actors, well, Neddy the Noodle, you know him, we've spoken about him enough on this channel before. Well, he went and made a mod himself on this exact thing for you, which seems to be a lot more interactive than perhaps even the devs are preparing to do when the update drops for all platforms along with Scorched Earth Ascension. So far, this mod allows you to hear all of the voices re-recorded by Helena Walker, Edmund Rockwell, Nerva, Mei Yin, and on Scorched Earth including John and Rhea, and on Aberration including Diana and Mei Yin once again. These are, of course, using the recordings that Ned uses for his cinematics that he puts out now and again. Very well done cinematics, may I add. So yeah, if you want to hear them, get involved. I'll leave a link to that mod in the description, and can't wait to see what the official version does, how they're going to do it themselves. And I'll be seeing you there soon, October the 25th. It's going off. Nintendo Switch port, Scorched Earth Ascension, a big day for Nintendo players especially, but for all players on all platforms, with the hope that this Scorched Earth Ascension will be coming to all other platforms on the same day. Don't know, hasn't been confirmed, we'll have to wait and see. But until then, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.